another Wednesday whiskey review from your boys, the Buffalo Happy Hour. But today's not a whiskey review. Mike, what's going on, brother?
There's a new product.
There's a new sheriff in town.
New sheriff. So this is a collab between two local businesses in Buffalo, and we are excited to review it. We created a commercial for it. We were reached out to by Hartman's, and we obviously said yes to the opportunity and formulated a product release video, essentially, for the drop, which was really cool. Derek took lead on the entire project, and then it came out flawless, per usual, not only just because of our equipment, but because of the insane OCD that is the biggest backing of Buffalo Happy Hour. So we, of course, have the product here in front of us. We will talk about it. We will rate it. We will try it. We will drink it responsibly, but we are pumped to dive into the newest local product in Buffalo.
Also, too, to note, we did get this from Hartman's for free, but we did not, I told Justin right off the bat, and you can see it on our website, our ethics statement is like, you can't buy Buffalo Happy Hour's opinion. So if this is trash, I'll tell Justin this is trash. I'm fully okay with doing that because I want you guys to trust our opinion. This is a coffee liqueur, so I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. This isn't mine and Mike's like forte. We don't specialize in liqueurs, but we will give our honest rating of how we feel like this compares to other coffee products that we've had in the past and give you our honest opinion on this because we're not an extension of Hartman's marketing department. He's not paying us to do this. We filmed that commercial like Mike said and he gave us a bottle, but he's not paying us to do a review. So I just want to give you all assurance that this is truly our unbiased opinion just like every other review we do, and this is no different just because we have a relationship with Justin Hartman. So this product, like Mike was saying, is a collaboration between two local Buffalo businesses, Hartman's Distilling and Overwinter Coffee. Overwinter Coffee is a great coffee roaster in Buffalo, New York. They do specialize in a pretty light roast, but for this specific product, Justin requested that it is roasted a little bit more to kind of like a medium roast. And really what Overwinter does is they pride themselves on making kind of, I don't want to say sweet coffee, but not acidic coffee. There's a lot of coffee roasters that really dive into an acidic approach to coffee. And if you're not an espresso fan or you're not a drip coffee fan where you really take pride into understanding coffee beans, there's a difference between having an acidic, very harsh coffee and having something a little bit sweet, kind of chocolatey and more darker flavored, I guess. So Overwinter really prides himself on that, and that's what Hartman's wanted for this product, is a darker roasted, more coffee and chocolate forward, not acidic product that would go very well with Hartman's vodka, because that's what liqueur is it's a product but being blended with their vodka. So now that you have the backstory, we can kind of get into the label branding. With other Hartman's products, I mean, this is right up their alley. I love the fact that they incorporated the Overwinter logo up top, front and center, to let everybody know that even though it's a Hartman's product, Overwinter is the shiner here. It's not Hartman's vodka. It's Overwinter coffee that is making this product really shine through, which to me, in just knowing Justin, that's a sick aspect of it because he's not saying, this is Hartman's. It's like, no, this is Overwinter coffee.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very humble approach when it comes to the label aspect. Mm-hmm. And it's annotated on the front label and the back label that it is made by Hartman's Distilling Co., which is located in Buffalo, New York. That's a really nice touch. It's a very classy way of going about it. It's super professional, which I like. And then they, of course, have the Hartman's motto on the back, slow down, drink up, which is really cool.
Awesome.
So far, my favorite thing about this, which most people won't even realize or pick up, is that it's a paper
Tag, label,
sure.
Whatever.
Yeah, you understand. So
Got it.
It's not glue, thank God, which is really frustrating, especially when you're trying to open it. So it's paper. It didn't look like it was perforated.
No,
but
wasn't.
That's fine because it can tear and it's super simple to break out. And then the Coffee Roasters logo is on the very, very top of that. So that's super nice.
Again, it's just really cool that he really put the Overwinter logo front and center and didn't want his logo overtaking the entire label. And that's really sweet. It's obviously a synthetic cork. We'll talk about that. But overall, I mean, it's consistent with their bourbon. It's a very consistent bottle type that you would see bourbon in. Mm-hmm. But it's the same label or bottle that they have for their bourbon, their vodka, basically everything.
Yeah, and the rye.
The only thing I would say is they don't have in this one their raised edge.
Yep.
I don't know why they did that. Maybe it cost more and they were trying to keep the cost down for this. But, I mean, it's basically a basic bottle. The label's sweet, but I'm still probably going to go B- on the bottle just because it's a very plain bottle. You take these labels off, you don't know what it is.
Sure, yeah. Okay. I agree.
Let's go. Let's pour this bad boy out and go into the nose. So like I was saying with the whole roasting process, Justin, prior to bringing it into his vodka, it's kind of like a cold brew approach on how they made the coffee portion of this. It's a cold brew approach, so this is going to be very coffee forward. Now, I want to let you all know, because we have reviewed other items similar in this vein, is this is a coffee liqueur. This isn't a coffee bourbon. So we've had other products on our show that are coffee bourbon, and this is not that. This is not 51% corn. This is not a weird stipulation in bourbon laws. Like, this is a coffee liqueur that's made with vodka. So just so you all know. So, nose?
Smells like fresh coffee, man.
Dude, I love this.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Stereotypical coffee liqueur nose. You're just diving right into the initial taste. Good for you. As soon as Derek smells coffee, he just can't help himself. Anyways, for the nose rating, I'm gonna go A plus check, and the reason being is because it's not overpowering.
Yeah.
The coffee doesn't destroy you.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's very, obviously, coffee forward, but it's very, almost kind of like a chocolate covered pretzel.
Yeah.
Which is an amazing smell. I mean, who would turn down a coffee or chocolate covered pretzel? Also, too, Gina's my wife. She buys
Oh, you're married? Congrats.
espresso dipped almonds. They're so good. Like espresso chocolate dipped almonds. Dude, they're fantastic. And this is what this smells like, too.
I'm happy for you, brother.
They didn't buy my vote with this, but you put coffee in front of me and you're basically buying my vote.
Okay. Initial taste. Wow, that's super smooth. And I think a lot of credit is because of the fact that the vodka is as clean as it is.
Yeah.
The equipment at Hartman's is top tier, which I think really helps just because it is a collab, but at the same time, there's so much... I don't even know how to, like, describe that. There's so much attention to detail just because Justin's who he is. And I think that's really shining through this product, where this is probably the smoothest and cleanest coffee liqueur that we've had on our show.
This doesn't taste like alcohol.
No. What's the proof of it?
So it's 27.5%, which means that it is 55 proof. It says it right here. I could have just literally read to the right, but I did the calculation in my head, math. But this doesn't taste anything like vodka.
No.
When you have a bad vodka, like if you put a bad vodka in front of you, you can taste like
where it went wrong.
Like, yeah, the weird aftertaste with all that. I think with this being such a non-acidic coffee, being paired with an extremely clean vodka, all you're getting is coffee notes. And it's so it's not appalling at all. It's extremely delicious because it's just very smooth, chocolate forward and coffee forward. Like, there's nothing else that you would want from a coffee liqueur because this doesn't taste like alcohol. I'm
going to go A- check on the initial taste. Did I already rate it?
I don't know. I'll go A- check too. You're not, like, I'm just shocked that you can drink this straight and not taste any vodka.
I mean, we are absolute savages in trying this neat because realistically, you would want like a really nice revolver or something like that.
An espresso martini.
Listen, don't talk about my love language. Ending note.
It's just like straight cacao to me.
Here we go.
Cacao nibs, bro.
You're going to bring him back?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The coffee's gone in the ending note.
Yes.
It's
clean, dude. It dissipates.
Yeah, it's very like chocolate-covered almond on the back.
Yeah, which I like a lot. There's some sugar in there, which makes me happy inside. Ending note, I'm going to go A+.
Yeah, I'll go A+ on the ending note.
Okay.
I agree. This is just one of those products that I feel like you can drink neat and in a cocktail and you're okay with it.
Yeah.
This is something that I would definitely keep in my house for a mixer. I'm not sure what the cost is on this, to be honest. I'm not sure what it sells for. Let me try to look it up right now.
I'm excited for this. Do we know how much they're going to make?
This is going to be an ongoing collaboration.
Okay.
So I don't think it's going to be just like a one-time thing.
Okay.
Let me look up the price really quick. But before you finish it, pour a little bit more.
Good for them, because this is bomb.
Yeah.
There's so many things that you can do too, from a menu standpoint, from a business standpoint. Great move.
Yeah. No, this is cool, and it filled a hole of the coffee liqueur market in Buffalo. It comes at Addie's. If you're going to go to Addie's, because obviously they're a sponsor of our show, it's $26.99. So you're not really breaking the bank. They kept it under $30, which is what I'm super proud of, because again, with $50, we talked about being kind of that teeter point of whiskey where you start looking at higher quality products. $30 for a flavored product is kind of where I start drawing the line too.
Sure.
So
even with creams.
Completely agree. So we're going to do a little comparison because we are a whiskey show, and one of our favorite brands when it comes to coffee liqueur before this was Devil's River. Devil's River is we're a huge fan of what Devil's River does, and this is actually a coffee bourbon. So even though it's not legally allowed to be considered bourbon, it still fits the qualifications of it, except for the fact that they added coffee. So this is still going to be 90 proof. This is going to be fit all the requirements of being bourbon, but the only thing that they did was they added coffee to it. So what I want us to do is take a sip of this, take a sip of Hartman's, and just talk about which ones we feel from everybody listening, what the difference is between a coffee liqueur and a coffee bourbon is, and from your standpoint, drinking neat, which one you would rather have.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I want to do with this. So the coffee liqueur of Hartman's, obviously we just talked about the review. It's very sweet, and it's very coffee-centric to where you can't even taste the alcohol. You can have it neat. It basically tastes like a cold brew coffee, in my opinion. So to the coffee bourbon,
way different.
And more acidic.
Right, because Devil's River's unbelievably whiskey forward.
Yeah.
And this is very coffee forward.
Some people would be saying that we're kind of comparing apples to oranges in here, and I completely understand where they're coming from with that.
Sure.
But at the same time, like, you have two different products that are trying to fill somewhat of a similar niche. I mean, you're not going to go out and have Devil's River coffee bourbon straight, no more than you would go out and have Hartman's coffee liqueur straight. Like, they're meant to fill the same spot in your well if you're a bartender, where you're trying to add a liquor that has a coffee focused mindset into your cocktail repertoire, I guess.
Sure.
So when you're looking at this from a consumer and you're trying to figure out what to order, and if you order at a bar that has an espresso martini and they have two coffee options, that's what we're trying to help you with here. And from my perspective, Hartman's runs away with this.
Well, it's more mellow.
Right.
Which I think is really helping our palate, just because it's not as overpowering and it's not as hot as the Devil's River whiskey is, right? So, yeah, I mean, the Hartman's is much more mellow. It's much more welcoming. It's much easier to drink. But they both hold their own in the market. I'm really glad that this turned out as well as it did.
Yeah, me too.
Really glad.
I'm happy that they partnered with Overwinter, because if you add an acidic coffee to a very clean vodka, I feel like it could have gone south.
I really want to ask, like, off air, what R&D he's done with potentially other locations in Buffalo to see, like, if this coffee would be a good fit, because this is what I'm trying to do, or if it was just luck, first time, first go.
From my perspective, talking to him, he's been a fan of Overwinter for a while.
Right.
Another coffee liqueur existed in Buffalo that used a very acidic coffee as their base, and Justin didn't want to even explore an acidic coffee, and he knew, based off of going to Overwinter as frequently as he did, that this is not an acidic coffee, and it just made sense for the collaboration to happen. So I think it was a ton of R&D, but not directly because he was always going to Overwinter Coffee for his coffee anyway because it was close to the distillery, and it just happened to marry up very well with his vodka.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It's a great collab. I'm excited that this is a continuation and it's not just a one and done.
Yeah. So if you're in the area, if you're in the Buffalo area, go check it out. It's in all your local liquor stores. It's at the Hartman's Distillery if you did want to go to the distillery and check it out. If you aren't local and you do want to ship, head over to Addie's. You can buy this on the Addie's site and they can ship it to you, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that still falls within New York
they
State
can do anything within New York State.
So feel free to go there, check that out, and have this in your collection for any type of espresso martini. That kind of came back up. The Devil's River. No, I'm just kidding. Any type of espresso martini or coffee-based cocktail that you want to make.
Yeah.
Because this is a very, very clean product. You're not tasting any vodka. It's very coffee and chocolate forward. It just goes down so smooth. So, one, obviously you would have it in your collection. Two, let's give a final rating of this.
Derek, give me that countdown.
This is within coffee liqueur market, so it's not very, like, you can't say 96 isn't the same as Balvenie. Just saying. All right. 3, 2, 1.
93. 93.5.
Oh, we're right on time.
93.5.
It's a solid
Great
rating for this.
Yeah, great rating.
Hartman, obviously Justin, great job. This was a fantastic product. Overwinter, if you're watching this as well, amazing product. You guys crushed it. And we're really excited to watch this grow in the coffee market. This is huge.
No doubt.
Thank you, everybody. If you are going to make a cocktail with this, or if you're going to drink it straight, like you're a savage like Mike and I, please, we always recommend to drink responsibly. Be a person. And Michael.
Do not litter.
We're out.
Yeah!